Namaste and hello, this is your Sanskrit instructor welcoming you back into video number 43, assignment number 9. Please send this assignment to mdg.sanskrit@gmail.com for credit towards the online course and feedback. All submissions must be legibly handwritten and scanned as a PDF or sent as a picture. Translate the following sentences into Sanskrit using the format below. So when we start writing Sanskrit sentences, I want us to start using this table because what's going to happen is that it's going to get, the sentences are going to get longer and more complicated. So it would be easier to break them apart, organize your work, put it in the side, and then fill it out in this table so that when it is graded, it will be a lot easier for the graders and the instructors to see what exactly you did to derive to a sentence, especially because you could derive to a sentence in so many various ways, especially when you're switching the words around. Remember, switching the words around in Sanskrit, as long as they have the appropriate declension and the appropriate conjugation, it could mean the same exact thing. So this is how I want us to do it. So I have my example here that I want us to use. So we have 2 servants lead the horses around the village. This is the sentence that I want us to use. So I want you to look at the table that I have. So on the left side of the table, I put each word into one cell. So, 2 servants, that's da so. I know that 2 servants is going to be one word, so I put that into the table. There is no word for the, so I just put the village and the horses in one cell. Okay? So I have 2 servants lead the horses around the village. So for 2 servants, here I wrote what type of word I need to get. So if it's 2 servants, that means I have to get a noun that is dual, and it's a dual masculine noun, and it has to be nominative in the sentence because this is the subject that we're talking about. So then my first word that I write here is da so. From da saha to da so because it's nominative dual. Then we have 2 servants. Then the next word is lead. So if the 2 servants are leading, then that means that it has to be conjugated in the third person dual form, which is what I have right here. Okay, so I'm specifying and I'm identifying what type of verb I need to conjugate and in what form. So that's how I end up with nayataha. Then we have the horses. 2 servants lead the horses. So since 2 servants lead the horses could be a sentence by itself. So that means that the horses is actually the object of the sentence. So that is why this is going to be in the accusative case, but since it's the horses and it's not the 2 horses or the horse, it has to be accusative plural. And then I have ashwan. That's how I have ashwan. Then around. So this is around the village. So around, you need a preposition that governs the accusative. And that word is paritaha. And then the village. So since we're using the word around, and that's a preposition that's governing the accusative, it's talking about around the village. So the village is going to agree with paritaha, and paritaha calls for the village to be in the accusative case. So that is a noun. It's going to be singular and it's going to be masculine. Okay, and it's going to be governed by the accusative case. Okay, and that's how we have gramam. Then you take all of these words and then you're going to put it in this cell or write it below your table, and you're going to switch them up however you please. Okay, I switched it up you could write it in the same exact order, or you could write it coming upwards. It doesn't matter. Or you can jumble them around however you want, because once they are conjugated and declined, once your words are conjugated and declined correctly, the order doesn't matter. The only thing that's going to matter after this is your sandhi rule. So remember. So I put it in the order as gramam paritaha daso ashwan nayataha. Okay? But this is not our final answer. Okay? Why? Because we need to apply our sandhi. So after applying the sandhi rules, I ended up with gramam parito daso ashwan nayataha. Okay? This needs to say ashwan. And you could write it like this too. You could write it this way too, but I would prefer if it is written as ashwan this way with the loop on top. Okay? So again, gramam parito daso ashwan nayataha. The visarg in paritaha had to change into parito because it was preceded by an and followed by a soft consonant. Okay, the gramam had to change into an anuswar. And I think everything else was good. Ashwan nayataha. Yes, everything else was good. Okay, so this is the format that I would like to have our table in. Let me erase that for you so you could get to see it nice and clear. And this is the format. And now for the rest of the sentences that I'm going to leave you to translate into Sanskrit on your own. So we have number 1, trees grow near the well. Number 2, the pigeon becomes a crow. Number 3, the king conquers the country. Number 4, 2 horses eat grass. Number 5, the servant draws the boys. Number 6, persons carry the vessels. Number 7, we live without happiness. Number 8, trees carry leaves. Number 9, on both sides of the well, boys burn the fuel. Number 10, clouds move towards the mountain. Number 11, the hand protects the body. Number 12, water falls on all sides of the village. Number 13, sacred precepts lead men to happiness. Number 14, fire on the crows. Number 15, between the 2 trees, the water flows. Number 16, persons salute the king. Number 17, I praise the lotus. Number 18, according to his character, the king, this should say, the king protects the people. Number 9, you two leave the place. Number 19, you two leave the place. Number 20, character is superior to gold. Number 21, the servant is inferior or below the king. Okay? So these are all the sentences that needs to be translated into Sanskrit. So that means you need to write out 21 tables for me in this format. But the beauty of this course is that you could take as long as you want to do it. You could do this within a day or 2 or even in a month. So be patient. Make sure you have all your sandhi rules correct, and your conjugations and your declensions. And you could send this to the email that I have highlighted above. And this is your Sanskrit instructor signing off with a namaste.